personalization is when an actor superimposes somebody else from their own experience onto the actor they're working with. So for example, say you had a love scene to play and you've just met this actor or actress for the first time and you're about to shoot in an hour. So you have to make this love scene look real. So how are you going to do that? What method actors do is that they use somebody from their own experience whom they have been in love with, and they superimpose that, they recreate the look of that person onto the actor they're playing with to generate the correct emotions. And then they start to fuse that with the character and the event that they're portraying. So it's a very clever way of getting you involved in the scene very quickly so that you can create the, an in-depth scene. External, we talked about, here's the thing, people kind of think that method acting is all about being, really internal and tense and being moody. It's not. That's just, usually what people do if they think they're method acting but have never trained in it, or just like the term. External aspects, if you watch people like Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, they've all used what we call animal work. So they pick an animal they think is a close reflection of the character they're going to play. Now, the reason that Marlon Brando started to stuff his cheeks full of anything he could find at that point during his screen test for The Godfather was that he said, I think he's a bulldog. And he started to set himself back and pick things up and stuff it into his mouth and, get his mouth out. He's going, yeah, I can really start to feel this now. What an inspired way to create a character, and something that he could believe in. Because here's the thing, he wasn't just doing random physical movement. He was doing it because he was basing it on something he'd seen and he could easily experience. It was real to him. Robert De Niro played a crab in Taxi Driver. Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate plays some sort of lizard. If you watch closely, his tongue kind of comes piercing in and out. These guys are really clever, and they're really artistic, and they're really looking at every element, like I'm going through with you here. They're looking at internals, externals, needs, and a whole range of other things, and they're pulling all that together to create complexity and a really roundedness to their work.